Na'Vi, they continue their winning ways. Maybe they're officially back. I'm your host, Yinsu, and I'm joined by Steel and Ash. Are they back?
I said they were going to do the funniest timeline.
They could just be back.
They could be back. They could be just doing something funny where they win this map and then Vitality win a series 2-1 like they've been doing all of stage 2. So I guess we're going to have to wait until map 2 to really figure that out.
Hey, I mean, even if they're not necessarily back, they make the comebacks happen. I think that's what matters here when it comes down to Na'Vi. And a lot of that had to do with Artists on the op. That was what kicked things off. They were down 0-6 at the beginning of this map. And once that operator was online, this retake to start it off towards this B site, this is what changed the confidence here.
I think it's not even just the op here, because like these 2 rounds that they won were off the back of Artists clutching. It wasn't even clean rounds. Artists came down to 1 versus 1 both times, but it was after that moment where the op consistently made an impact. And I think Vitality had a really good start to the game by being able to make Na'Vi afraid of pushing. But once that op came out and Artists had more freedom, Zipan also started getting loosey-goosey down middle through window and getting a lot of opening kills. And this combo here with like the Yoru flash with the Neon slide was also pretty good opening way.
It was silly. Do you guys want to guess how many op kills Artists has had before today? Just all of stage 2.
He hasn't been opping that much, actually.
No, he hasn't at all, but how many do you think he got?
Over 9,000. You tell me.
I'm going to go 10.
10? 12 kills before today, and on that map he got 13. He got 13 kills in one map compared to what he's been doing before, so surely you just stick him on the op, right? Stop digging around.
Well, I think Navi's big strength is how they are able to rely on their individual skill a lot. And I think that is the double-edged sword that they live by, because when they start losing rounds because people are doing funny things, peeking out without any support, and then they lose their advantages, then it costs them their economy, and then that spirals out of control, and they're not able to afford the op.
Well, on the other side of this, let's take a look at Safe in the AIM Labs warm-up. He also did pick up the op, but back on the Duelist, of course. Ash, again, such a huge win condition for Team Vitality, and we expect him to step up on Sunset.
We do, and by no means did Safe have a bad game on Haven either. Like, he looked good, but my eyes have to be on that head-to-head with him and Zipan. Both of them were expecting that Neon to come out from both sides, and realistically, I think in that head-to-head, when you look at the comfort, the prowess on that Neon pick, I think Safe is the one who comes out on top there.
I think Vitality, like the #1 thing they need to do is they need to have on Sunset the same opening they had on Haven, in the sense that they were controlling the tempo and the pace of the map really well with that reach and punishing Na'Vi for doing their individual picks. And they need to continue that going into Sunset here, and can't let Na'Vi start getting away not only with the clutches, but then once Na'Vi starts getting on that kind of roll, they need to be able to stop Na'Vi from being able to get those opening picks unpunished. I was gonna say they just need better reactions as well when they see this. They have ultimates that they could like Breach Rolling Thunder or Omen ulti behind to disrupt what Navi's doing, but then they just let Na'Vi do whatever and get away.
Dare I say though, as we head to Sunset, because we're probably gonna see a mirror comp. I don't like this comp. It's not my favorite Sunset comp, and yeah, here we go. How do you guys feel?
As expected, right? Realistically, when we look over towards the side of Team Vitality, I know that this isn't everyone's favorite comp on this map, but Safe had an insane game last time we saw them last week. That was, what, a 31-15? He looks so comfortable on the Neon, is very good at going for those early opening engagements, but then the worry here with Na'Vi is the fact that you do see them getting disconnected at times. When they sync up, they look great, but there's that high risk of them kind of getting desynced from each other, the spacing being off and taking individual engagements and risks that aren't necessary.
I personally prefer like Breach being comboed with the Neon or doing the Gecko comp. I think that's really strong, getting that post-plant meta off. One of those 2 things are probably the things I would go for the most, so this is kind of vanilla in comparison.
Ah, well, we shall see, because for the first time this year, Na'Vi might just get past the first round of playoffs. Mitch and Tom, wouldn't that be something?
And in this fashion as well, what a way it would be. It's the most Na'Vi thing. They go 8 maps in a row. They barely scraped through to playoffs. 11-8 down on the last map. Remember, they managed to bring it back. And then they come here and they go 6-0 down. And it's looking like Vitality just outclassed them, but they flipped that coin pretty quickly. On Sunset though, Tom, do you expect to see that same face from Vitality? We hyped this up as a map they can take.
I think this is a map where Safe looks incredibly comfortable. Like, I think he got 31 kills the last time they played it. It was still them sort of scraping through with a victory. I think Runner had a bit more of a rough time on that Cypher, which I do feel like Na'Vi targeted in the last map. Like, they had a couple of setups towards C that were ultimately just to pick him off. This time, though, Na'Vi have opted to start on that defense again. They love a good comeback. Already, though, not off to a bad start, especially for Safe.
It's a beautiful start and extended on by Trex and Kicks. Everybody stepping up to have their go. Sagetsu, the last man standing. 1 versus 4, and, well, in similar fashion to Haven, it looks like Vitality will be off to a good start. Let's see, though. You can never take it away from a player like Sagetsu. It's not quite the ace clutch that Xiao was left in a couple of times, and Safe is already tagged pretty low. So there are definitely chances. For most players, I would have no faith. For Sagetsu, I'll give him a little bit, 5%.
5%. Not the greatest odds in the world, but we'll see what he can do with them. Already tagged up. They're just going to play off the contact. Like, maybe he gets 1, but even then that's going to be difficult.
Gorgeous.
Safe immediately executes him. The first man in and the final kill to his name. 3 already on the board, and that's the thing, is like, I don't necessarily disagree with Navi's decision to start on the defense. I think, again, you're going to look at them and have expectations of a solid attack side. It's 8-0 when they played versus Gentlemates, and that's the victory they've had, and other than dating it back to playing against Carmine Core. On the other side of things, well, we've had some weird change. Obviously, the comp before had real rough time on the attack side for Vitality, but this one, at least, looking that little bit more comfortable, especially with Safe back on that knee.
Well, last map, Safe. I think it was 5 multi-kill rounds, 8 rounds won total. This time, Safe multi-kill. Round 1 by Vitality. See if they can do it again. This one should be easy. Just the classics waiting for them on the other side, and already you start to see the benefit of having just those 2 pistols backing up the rifles. Kicks might be low, granted, but all they need to do is avoid losing more than 1 player, and they'll come out of here smelling the roses economically. And another good start to their economy, which didn't even play that big of a role when they lost round after round, had chances but couldn't close it. You doubt that that's going to happen twice.
But that's the thing, you have a game where you win both pistols and you lose 13-8, that's a rough one. Like that means that in the majority of bye rounds, Na'Vi look like the better squad. Let's see if that's going to be the case here. They have been criminally slow at starting games. That has been their major issue in Split 2, and that didn't change in the last map. They struggled in the early portions of the map and then had to climb back into it. It's why the only reason I'm a little bit surprised they didn't opt to start on that attack, because that's always where they seem to have their better halves. For Sagetsu, anything else would be nice, but not going to be the case, and Trex now has that Hunter's Fury ready for round number 3. A big ultimate for getting those openers.
That's 2-0. Vitality, good start. And, I mean, there's not much to write home about in this round. It's the next that I'm worried about. Navi, get out the rifles. Hunter's Fury available for Trex, at least is something to fall back on. But I want to see Navi's ideas on defense and how they're going to use Zip. And that early aggression is going to be so important. It could just be for faster rotations as well. But I'm expecting to see some punchy starts. And thinking back to the last map, he had a couple of really nice rounds, especially playing towards A long. Looks like he will be leading the charge. But again, the problem up against that Cypher setup, you don't want to go through the traps. They've used a shock to remove the first one, and now a chance for them to go straight through. Sagetsu had an angle, but he's revealed, and Hunter's Fury is chasing him down. He'll use that to claim the space. Good tag, and the follow-up not quite there, but he's caught anyways. The close position. Oh, it's actually caught nothing. The spray eventually finds Xiao.
Yeah, this puts a disadvantage. Well, the spam from Trex is even better. It's now left all onto Angel. 1 versus 3. Paranoia, almost just to be disruptive. I think he spotted just a little pixel that gave away Safe, but from this position, it's going to be incredibly difficult just to get out and back into the round. Looking like another explosive start for the side of Vitality, unless the IGL has something to say about it. But at this point, they're just going to sit back. They've got absolutely no reason to give him a fight. Doesn't even have one of the more expensive rifles either, and in the end, Kicks is going to be there to execute him. Another flying start for the side of Vitality. And something to be desired for NAVI.
Yeah, 3 rifles carried through to the next. Good economically. Opening picks were solid. Again, Hunter's Fury ends up playing a role in catching that first player towards the back of the site, putting them into the open, and allowing Runner to follow through on it. And from that point...
Pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal, indeed. From that point, you know, the 2 spams through the smoke that grab kills, there's, again, not a lot you can do when that's what you're facing off against. And for NAVI, they have to reset down to pistols. Just 1 rifle on Sagetsu that they'll invest into. The Guardian will have an opportunity, although early on, again, pressure is towards B, but the Guardian is forced back. They're going to be found towards market by the looks of things. Got the numbers on this side, but I don't think Vitality are committing. They're showing some of the same stuff, putting a shock dart out to break a trap, but leaving those 2 players in mid, I think it was Runner alongside Sander, just indicates that willingness to rotate back as we're seeing here.
Yeah, one of the problems I had with the defense of NAVI last time around was that a lot of it relied on Angel being a solo aggressive defender. Now, obviously in this round, it's a little bit more understandable, and it seems like he's taken less of a risk, because that was, again, one of the bigger things that they had problems with, was him just being isolated incredibly fast. Ultimates already being collected up. This ruse has somewhat been sold, and you can see 4 players now committed into the A site with everybody rotating back. The B site completely open. Vitality have done a fantastic job of baiting out these rotations. The thing is, though, that cage is actually going to slow them down enough that some of the members of NAVI might actually be here on time.
Zipan's going to be hard-pressed for it, and the reveal is there for Shao. But Zipan's got the angle further back. Even a second player coming through to support. The jump up, and, well, the jump down from Artis. He is not there for very long. Sagetsu, there's that rifle, and there it goes. And it's all down to Angel. Sheriff in hand, 5 players to take down, and I think the best player in the world, I don't think they're winning this one. Firing squad waiting for him, too. The question of can he make it costly? The answer almost definitely a no. And indeed, it is an Andalucia flawless in round 4 for Vitality. Another flawless start to this map.
Yeah, oh, it's giving me flashbacks to what we saw in the previous. It was very clean with the openers, utility on point to force all of these players into very awkward positions. We're not really seeing any sort of favorable fights that NAVI end up in because of the way the Vitality are currently playing. Trying to sell a ruse across the map as well, and for NAVI, still no ultimates really being built up just yet. The turning point in the last map was the operator, and while the Artist now playing on a KO, I don't think that's going to be happening.
Just you wait and see, Tom. Just you wait and see. But no, if anything, maybe someone like Zipan would take it to go crazy, but you expect to see that in Artist's hands. Traps are there, and guess who's not? It's Sagetsu. He's on the other side of the map, so those traps won't be destroyed. They won't be revealed. The opportunity is not handed over. Kicks on the way out, takes down 1 Soda Sender. Despite the advantages that are there, the setup is ignored. It's destroyed, and in times it's stepped into, but no one's there to capitalize. For NAVI, I would be surprised if we pan to the players and we don't see heads in hands. That is a disaster of a round, and a very important one too. You'd be forgiven for thinking this was an eco, Tom, but this was a round where they stacked up B, they had rifles, and they left their Cypher on the other side of the map specifically for Kix's ultimate. And still, Vitality not only win the round, not only get the site, should be the other way around, but get the site and win the round, but they've yet to lose a player in the process.
The bigger thing as well is we're back to those same issues that we talk about with NAVI, where it's just so massively disjointed. Like, it looked like Shao's trying to make an individual play into his own smoke when, again, obviously in that moment he didn't have utility, but for a retake that could have been a lot more valuable. And then the Zipan does the same thing, and then moments later we see the same again. And well, they're going to clean up all of the remaining rifles as well. Another clean round. Vitality's economy is off the charts, and if anything, I wouldn't even say it's back to what we saw. It is better than what we saw on the previous map. They are cleaning house.
Yeah, Navi looking disjointed at times. Individually, Vitality are ahead. Now, it took 6 rounds. And then we saw this change on the last map.
The 2 players haven't even died yet.
Oh, and look at the money. Like you said, it's out of control. 6.5K. That's the lowest amount of credits we've got. Some players are sat in 8.7. I mean, maxed out for the next round for sure. And maybe even for the rest of the half, depending on how this goes. Navi need to stop pulling punches and land some uppercuts. And for Vitality, more of the same. It's just been working again and again. I like the traps. They've repositioned a couple of times. This time more aggressive, deep inside main. The cam destroyed, but the wire's staying up. And I think even the shock darts, unless they change position, won't be destroying those. Doesn't look like they'll try either.
Again, it's the same though. Navi with weaker weapons are having to gamble. 3 players committed at different elevations on this B site. But once more, it's just going to be the solo hold of Angel. This drone almost being used as a ruse to try and sell the idea. And now Safe is going to be barreling it down, trying to put the pressure on. Paranoia will buy a second or two, but the shot's just not landing. All too easy on the opener. And actually, Zipan's going to commit his ult. We got a laser fight. It's only going to be the 1 kill for Zipan, though. I think with that, they needed a little bit more.
30 seconds
They say
left.
don't cross the streams, but in that case, they did. A little bit of extra damage. It's caused some problems for the player at the back of the site, but still, the advantage sticks with Vitality.
Trading it out ain't bad here, especially when Kix is so low. No shock darts left for Xiao, so we can't get the lucky kill onto him with that. Instead, it's going to have to be an open fight. And Kix has been, well, his crosshair's been drawn to the heads. He's the driving force. Nice shot. Kix needs to be careful. Well, apparently he doesn't. Again, it's the headshot landed, and it was Runner that was being fired at. Didn't take a lick of damage. 6-0. I think I've seen this one before.
Yeah, I think this is, again, where it's the exact same time and on the pause. I guess that's the moment where Navi realized, okay, yeah, no, 6-0, that's too many. That's where we, yeah, you know, we need to now try and think of something to stop this one. I don't know if it works quite as well as the lauded Fnatic pause and guarantees a fix, but they've got to hope it does, because right now, they are being demolished. Trex having his first death not too long ago. Kix is still 9-0. And there are 2 players on the other side. Artis, who was, as said, the pinnacle factor in the last map. He was someone as I think he was 1-6, and then ended up, what was it, like 16-7 in the half. His operator being a huge factor. Right now, he is a non-factor. Him and Angel with 0 kills on the board. And a lot of it is just Vitality playing with those rotations and just able to find easy entries into these sites.
Yeah. It's got to be one, on the one hand, when nothing's working, it could be easy to fix because you can try a completely new setup, change it up.
Bump your nose with a pen.
You could also do that. That might help. I'm not sure how.
He's actually communicating with Angel in Morse code.
They've got some sort of a link going on. The neural link, but it's the nostril link. Fair play. Excited for the public rollout after this testing phase. Yeah, this is where we saw Vitality last time crumble. They went from 6-0 to 13-8. If you weren't here, but it's that simple. That's what happened. Big plays from Safe were the only thing that got around on the board after. But it's hard to imagine this well-oiled machine here on the attack meeting a swift stop. Navi, well, they haven't swapped things up that much. Traps are repositioned on B. That's been a pretty consistent factor. 2 players stacked up to take the early fight, though. That might be the real difference. A chance here. Look at this. Yeah, the little firing squad. You've got Xiao and Sagetsu waiting for Safe to round that corner, and it looks like he might oblige them fairly soon.
Somehow you just feel like there might be a world where he gets
he's
both.
backed off.
That's the thing. You've got so much supportive utility that dry peeking these angles hasn't been necessary. I think that in most cases, they're just spotting for aggression, seeing if there's anything on that side, see if they can take some space, and they have. They're able to slowly make their way through middle. There isn't really that much of a cover. The aggression on the A site is something that has been doubled up, and well, this has to be an immediate kill, but here comes the flash. One dodge, the other will stick it. It's done quite a lot of damage to Kix, but he's still standing for now.
Nice job by Artis. The cross in from Market is being discovered and deleted. Player to the good, 1 HP on Kix as well. A huge start for Navi. Can't let it crumble from here. The site control has been solid. Every time they put boots on the ground, Vitality pull it across the line, but now the numbers are thinning, and it's Artis responsible. He didn't have a kill, but now he's got 3 to his name. A resurgence from Navi after the pause. It's an Andalucia flawless.
Hey Navi, have you thought about taking a pause a little bit earlier, guys? Have you done maybe like 3 rounds?
Because lose the pistol, call a pause.
It's like literally both times now we've seen them from 6-0 down. It's such a, like, the best you can do in the half is equalize, which I guess shows how much faith they have in their attack each time, that they're going, if we get level, that's enough. But you do feel like they need to be calling these pauses earlier, because clearly there is an impact there. It's whether or not they can do the same again. If they can, I think Vitality's brains are going to be mushed if this ends up as a 6-6 half.
It does seem like good protocols, though, on the one hand. I have to compliment them for, you come in maybe with an A, B, and C plan. You run those in the first 3 buy rounds. They don't work. Go for the pause. And then you still have that second one for deeper into the series to make the adjustment. And once you start to string rounds together, you know Vitality are going to give you another. But for now, 6-1. Stringing them together is still far from being the reality we live in. Vitality could easily fight right back into this. They've got the credits. They've got the credits for the next round as well. The ultis, on the other hand, I mean, they're pretty much matched pound for pound. Baron Artis still having his for late round, presumably retake if needed. Challenge this time towards A, and it's Angel to land that shot. The players who weren't performing on NAVI must have had a talking to during that pause. I think Latex told him, get in line.
That does sound like Latex.
Firm hand of Latex.
Well, still, the pressure. It's the same double up. They've done exactly the same thing, but in a different position. But now they move away from that setup. Pressure coming in. Nice trip as well to already clear out kicks. Sender trying to make his way through the cage, and he's gone as well. Na'Vi once again starting to step up to the mantle, but there's a couple of kills back. A response, but it only lasts a moment because the IGL of Angel's taken over. Once again, 6-0 up, and once again, Na'Vi begin the climb.
Oh, yes. The engine's heating up now. NAVI, they have Artis activated in the previous round. Angel in this one. And now they've got to find a way to stop them from the side of Vitality. I said it wouldn't be long until you got the pause out of Vitality, and it looks like they'll give NAVI a second opportunity. 6-2. They don't quite operate the same margins that NAVI do.
No, I think, again, it almost comes down to a mental thing as well. You've already had it happen in one map. You've got to try and stem that a little bit earlier, maybe spotting a few things that have gone amiss, and I think it definitely seems like a little bit of frustration starting to come in for the Vitality side. You don't want deja vu literally within the space of an hour. And well, again, ultimates, not bad for them. You've already got yourself that Sova ult for Trex, which definitely helped them in some of the openers, even though the same is there on the other side. NAVI haven't really been playing too many retakes. They've been trying to get ahead of things in the majority of cases. But this is also the thing. If you're on Navi's side, you're going to know that even though they're 6-2 in the lead, they're still more rattled than you are, which has got to just be such a motivator that after just a couple of rounds, there's an immediate pause. You're like, all right, we're back, guys.
We're getting to them. We're in their heads. Yeah, I think if any team has that sort of a mentality, it is definitely
It's
NAVI.
Angel. It's Angel.
Yeah.
Angel and Artis.
Oh, they called a pause, did they? I feel like he barely talks about strats during that. It's just like, yeah, see? Look at them sweat. Look at them over there. Chance for a third for the defensive side to string them together again. He's gotten away with one. I could watch that back 5 times. I still couldn't tell you how. That one kill, well, it puts some hope up for NAVI. At least keeps this even, and it's completely stalled out the attack from Vitality. They have pumped the brakes.
That should have been almost an immediate death. Information's going to be there. Again, that Hunter's Fury actually thrown in by the defensive side. I thought off the info it might be going in the other direction, but no. Not going to be able to deny that plant now, not going to be able to slow them down. Instead, it's going to be the setup to now try and get back in on the retake. But bear in mind, they don't have a paranoia. They don't have the util that you maybe hope for.
Would you rather have that ult for the retake or for denying plant? I guess it's not a question that they can have an answer to now. Built your bed. Made it. Now lying it. Nice. Hunter's Fury, the connection from Safe on the back of it. Spam from Safe. He's 12 HP. He's 12 health, and he's spamming a smoke with a Vandal when runner's quite low as well. That gave me anxiety. But NAVI are out of here anyways. Out of the map by the looks of it, as Trex has sent them to the Shadow Realm. 7-2. No weapon save for the defense. And Vitality, well, they've broken the streak. They weren't able to manage this on Haven. That's a good sign of life.
Yeah, I think desperately just trying to get something in, but this was it. Just like Safe is so blind that he is literally stood next to Angel and unable to get that kill. But from then onwards, well, the man could see clear as day, picking things up with relative ease, eliminating the remaining guns, at least over the last couple. There has been some finances kept in the back pockets of NAVI, so they will be able to buy back into this one. But of course, I think that's going to be a weight off Vitality's shoulders, just making sure that the same doesn't happen again.
Shao, what a chance. And that chance is quickly put to bed. Zipman spotted as well. And the play back into mid from Sender saves the day. Artis was about to round up for a big play, but instead they are shut down, left with just Angel. And okay, he finds one. And with Kicks not able to get back into this round, it's a 1v2, a winnable situation. I like that. Goes into the cage, lets Kicks see him teleporting back. So they hear the information. It seems like a fake, like a stupid play from Angel. How could he not think about the player on the floor? They could see him leave, but no. It's all a ruse, so he can wrap around. He has bought the space, but then Zakam looking at him. Now he realizes, all that. He was playing a game with himself while they were just waiting to run that clock down, swing together, and take it across the line. Beautiful from Vitality. 8-2 now. It really looks like they've learned their lesson from Haven. They're not going to let this lead slip away.
Yeah, this is looking really solid from them. I think how they're adapting in the moment, the effective trading, like Sender quickly responding to a teammate's call to support him on the way back in, and then just the way they're playing these 1v2 scenarios, just making sure that they keep that control. 8-2 up. Still a buy scraped together by the side of NAVI, but it would leave them in the last round with very little. And already trying to challenge for a little bit of main control, but quickly forced off.
What, 12-3 on Trek so far? What an impressive performance. Sunset, it's been good to Vitality so far. The sky is starting to darken now with Xiao picking up. Well, they're bright again. Safe's just traded it straight back in their favor. Angel's caught behind enemy lines, and it's Trex. 13-3 now, picking up that kill and leaving Navi in another disadvantageous retake. And if you think it's bad retaking on the A site, like you saw a round or two ago, this one, it's going to be a little bit tougher, especially with man advantage when they can send somebody out towards market to play the late lurk. It's a disaster. You smoke it off and you almost play into their hands.
They can't smoke it
exactly.
off. That's the other problem. They don't even have anything to really hold on to this. They could try and put a fast lane down for a second, but I don't think that's going to be changing anything. They just need mistakes, and there are no mistakes this time around. It is clean from the side of Vitality. 9 rounds now on the board. Only curses stand in their way, as this has been an incredibly dominant half.
And even then, to meet the much rumored curse, may have been lifted, may not have been, we'll never know. But for Navi, they still need to win a round, and that has been a difficulty here. You know, I think Trex piping up 13-3, 3 assists as well, can't leave that out. Feels like he's got a grudge against this squad. And looking back, I think it was last year, right? It was Navi that ended his run in the LCQ. They were trying to make the run all the way through. I think it was Koi back in the day. And, well, it was cut short by these boys. This time, Trex is looking to return the favor. 9-2, 1 round left to play for, and double digits possible for Vitality. It's Angel that has the threat coming his way. He's up close with a Guardian, and spotted now by a drone. Spam through, revealed. Not a chance for him, but Sagetsu, he does well. He needs a little bit more, and in the pursuit of it, he goes down. So does the rest of the squad. Double digits locked in for the attackers.
Yeah, an incredibly dominant half on their map choice. A map that literally a week ago looked a little bit better for the side of NAVI, and a lot of that did come down to their attack, but this has been a very different look. Dominated from start to finish. I think a lot of the aggressive plays that they've attempted have failed miserably, and the thing is, they've not really been going for a mass amount of retakes. A lot of it was just trying to get in front of the plays that Vitality were making, and that just didn't work. It never really seemed to be close. Obviously, Ascent awaits us. It definitely seems like that is where we're going, but Vitality still need to close this out. Bear in mind, they are now 0-11 in maps versus Navi/FPX. This core of players, this would be the first time their organization has ever taken a map versus this team. And well, if it's not, I think this will probably be the most upset they've been all year.
Oh, no, I think that would be a pretty heavy weight to carry. Navi up close, a split being attempted, and they've certainly pushed the players back. Sender in trouble. Quick dash after the stun, and oh, he's got one! He almost got more. The right click powerful even when stunned up. Kicks under pressure and caught by Zipan. Stylish kill. Shock darts got him though. Good night to Zipan. Possibly even a bit of damage onto Xiao. He's down to 70. Players Back to even numbers. The attackers, I thought Artis was getting a little hungry, going out for it, but yeah, he'll stay and cover the plant.
Spike planted. Dart destroyed. Safe going to be the first point of contact. Xiao just waiting on the corner to get to. It's not particularly clean, but they get the job done. Leaving it just onto Trex. He's been fantastic so far, but at this point, 16 HP. Shock Dart not quite going to close it, but they're all going to peek him together. The first pistol Na'Vi have had in this series thus far. It would have to be the start of something impressive.
Hey, look, Vitality did it, but, well, I don't know how fast that ball is rolling for the side of Navi. Attack side here on Sunset's going to have its challenges, but players like Zipan lighten up the server like that. If you can have a few more slidey plays, it could be beautiful. It could reset. It could put them back in favor. I'm waiting for someone like Safe. He's 12-6, Kicks 12-6, Trex 14-5. I mean, this has just been smooth sailing for, well, the team that was the attackers moments ago. Here on the defense, though, definitely a bit of a storm brewing. They've only got pistols. Safe had the Sheriff for the opening fight. He wanted to take it down middle. Gets sent back by a couple of shots through the wall, I believe. This is an aggressive play.
Oh, hello.
The reveal actually works. It sends them back, and they're so busy running away, they don't take the fight. Well, Zipan does, but Artis is caught.
Zipan also now low on HP. This is starting to get a little bit awkward. The fact is, though, the swings in not working out. Runner has found another. Zipan desperately low. The shock darts will deter. One of those guns has been lost. Xiao managing to retrieve it. That's at least something into his hands, as they will now look to find their post plant on the A site. Even still, though, an extra kill, and that'll be an extra gun down on the ground.
Such low HP, it's not likely. They have a tough choice even as far as splitting up or sticking together. I like the idea of them potentially going for the trade, just because dropping that one weapon will make it all worthwhile.
My camera is destroyed.
Camera destroyed. Idea there's at least one there. They'll sneak their way towards the spawn, but this is being watched. It's being watched by Xiao. The swing from Zipan after his contact would presumably find a lot. Now even Sagetsu's here too. Firing squad trained in, but Vitality don't move. As a result, Navi have to leave the site. They have to exit eventually, and they've chosen the wrong direction into the first. And a reveal about to be thrown through, but a chance for Safe to get so much more. Both players were left down to one hit to the body for that Sheriff. But even still, the damage done, I think, is sufficient.
Yeah, it's going to leave them either with playing this round with an extra rifle and risking it all, or just one player going down to a pistol. So it's still going to be 4 rifles for Navi. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to be an easy round for Vitality, but it's made it much weaker than it potentially could have been. Still, the difference now, 6 rounds, a long streak. As said, the last time this map was played, it was an 8-0 attack side by Na'Vi. Although I'll say, I think the opponent today is a little bit more fearsome. Angel, though, he's right, but they've just gone walking through. It's just lunacy. It's just, I can't even, there's no one else even remotely close. And he had one of the rifles.
Yeah. That's a cure. Oh no! Oh no! Well, look, as far as Navi's game plan here, I'm not sure what the call was, but I'm pretty certain we're not going to hear this one again. This might be the one iteration we get to see. Players caught looking every which way but the right way. 3 versus 5, Vitality ready to crunch. Nice shot by Safe. And out for more, that's 4. His ace denied by Xiao, who might even get another. Kicks just returned the favor. Kicks was on 5 HP, and he lit up Xiao down to 10 before letting his teammate clean house. And look, you don't even see, Vitality are 11-4 right now. That doesn't look like a okay, well now he's looking a little happier, but that doesn't look like they're thrilled, because they didn't, this wasn't a hard fought round. This was easy for Safe. At least that certainly looked like it.
I don't know if there was meant to be more of a timing on the dart, but again, if there is a player there, the dart would ping them. So if anything, just wait a second. But yeah, instead he goes out of the smoke and then just gives the life away. It seems disjointed. And again, like it's always been that critique we've had of Na'Vi in this split too, is that it just hasn't looked like this team that had mass synergy when they were on FPX that could pull off any round. We've seen glimpses of it. That last map was definitely some. But on Sunset, it's looked rough. And now, well, they're going to have to streak together a fair few rounds in a row just to maybe even compete for overtime, because I feel like the way that some of the players on the Vitality roster are currently fragging, it's like eventually either a Safe or a Trex or a Kix or someone is going to get things over the line.
I mean, even the look that Safe gives at the end there, we saw the high fives go out, and as he's making contact with Sender, he's raising his eyebrows. It's a clear, like, what are they doing? It doesn't feel like a, we won the round, let's go. It's just, what was that from them? Crazy round. And Navi no doubt feel the same. Pause, they get time to recalibrate, but, well.
Not much time.
The route to get back in here is going to be a pretty perilous one. 11-4, one mistake, one stumble, and Vitality closed it out. Ascent still, as we said, same thing for Vitality on the last map when Navi made that comeback. There's still another map. They're not down and out of it. What was that? Sender! 3 kills! Unbelievable first 2 shots. And now, well, we talked about some hope for Navi, some chances perhaps to make this comeback. But well, the perils have already shown themselves. This time it's Sender. And Safe is quick to follow up. He won't be outdone.
No, well, he will. He's
will.
already
3
been
kills.
there's nothing he could do to not be outdone in this round, but he's going to add a few star points of his own. 12-4. 1 needed in the next 8 for Vitality. This is kind of how we felt that first map was going initially. It's just this time they never really stopped. And yeah, well, this is just filthy from Sender.
I don't know what happened, man. I saw in the last round, like I said, Safe looked over at Sender. He touched him. He gave him a little high five. And whatever energy passed between their bodies, man, I'm high-fiving that man before every ranked game. He passed off a bit of his skills. Safe 19 and 8.
He's going to hang outside his house. Please, man, give me a
God, I want a
high
cue.
five.
Come out. Well, 12-4. Navi got to be feeling dejected after that last round. I mean, that is a rough one to lose. And I don't know what you do. Good slide by Zipman, tries to take the fight, doesn't get a chance. They attempt a trade, don't get a chance. They attempt another trade. Granted, all through the one-way smoke, which is risky. But I honestly, you take that smoke out, I still think he gets them all. Like, it does look crazy.
Well, the bite is a shoddy one. A couple of pistols, an ultimate to potentially pad the gap, but this time Navi trying to move a little bit more as a unit. The same one-way setup available on that A site, and the drone, I don't know if it's going to catch anything here. Nope, it's going to run out just in time. A nice start as well. Safe gone. An opener for Angel at last. The question is now, can they play off of it? Because getting that gun is not really plausible.
It's unlucky as well. That's the player that the drone didn't see. So Safe didn't have the info as he swings to check it. Well, it comes at a heavy cost. Sender. Paranoia is good. That's going to slow down the play again. Allow one to get closer, but Kix instantly meets a Sheriff to the head. Nice response from Navi so far in this round. The weaker weapons making it work, and the upgrades there with Zipman taking one. Plank goes in, and the advantage is clear. This should be a Navi round. Runner and Trex. In a normal round, you might not go for it. They've got cash and they've got the lead and everything's been going their way. Why not get yourself on the front? What is that shot? It's doable again. 15 HP though. It should be easy. His opponents are low and it comes way too close. But in the end, Navi just about edge out the round.
Yeah, Zipan decided to drag them through that one, kicking and screaming. He actually switched away from his ult at one point, just a one-tap someone with a Sheriff. Like, it's a big round from him, but well, they're going to need 7 more of those.
Nice shot.
Yeah, look, he actually loses the ult, and then just insta-Sheriffs the player. If anything, if he had the ult, I don't know if he gets that kill. It's a little bit unlucky. But well, eventually, he does the work anyway. 12 and 5. Navi potentially causing a blip for Vitality, but unless something drastic changes, that's all it will be, a blip.
Oh, they're taking a risk on Vitality. That off into this round. If Artis gets it, they can just start smoking corners and firing through them. That dude was hitting everything on Haven. Yeah, like you said, it's not likely with the comp that Navi have brought in, and we haven't seen so far. 12-5, 7 chances for Vitality to bring this across the line. Tough one to lose. For Navi, a very tough one to win. Hunter's Fury's at least online, but how much can that one ult find? Oh! Oh, that didn't hit. Okay, count your blessings, Zipman.
An immediate teleport.
Ernest would have hit that.
Attempting information. Trex under pressure, but util to try and slow them down. A good start for Runner. That's already Xiao out of the action. The late round might be safe, but they've got to get the early round done first. Zipan has caught another, bringing things back into an even scenario, but that spike is yet to go down, and the full force of Vitality is already here. Kicks, puts another in the ground, but the trades come back thick and fast. Putting the advantage with NAVI, but Safe is still standing, still fragging, still causing them issues, continuing his swing as he looks to end this map into the 1 versus 1, and Kicks will do it. For the first time ever, Vitality have taken a map versus NAVI, and well, Mitch, they're gonna look to do it again.
They're in with a chance to take the series, Tom. Just Ascent now stands between them. And after this map, one of these teams will be down and out, leaving playoffs before that double elimination bracket. The pressure is on. Map 3 Ascent after this.
Hello! Tiki-taka, tiki-taka, no! Oh. Metal to the metal. Oh. Give him a little,
I know a place that will break you into 1,000 pieces. Stay away from them. Stay away from Lorca, Paco, and Picasso. Don't ask about Lola. I, Caballo Grande. I, Dolor de Nieve. But, in spite of everything, it occurs to you to visit Andalusia. Don't say I didn't warn you. Be careful of the Andalusian crush.
Hey guys, it's Jimmy Lin. In this series, I'm going to walk you through Attack on Pearl. Watch out for the stairs, clear this angle. You're going to be able to fight this.
Red Bull gives you wings.